Okay, so Zelda, one of the most popular and common to see randomizers. Oh, play both Ori games too. It might be easier just for people who, I mean, people probably played Ocarina of Time more so than Ori, because Ori is a little bit unique as a randomizer, which I'll get to. But like for just in general, let's Ocarina of Time is a big one, so I'll use it as an example. Like, you know, you start the game, the cutscenes are all usually disabled actually, because that's not the point of the game, right? You're not really playing a story game at that point because everything's shuffled. So you go enter, you go for the Kokiri sword. Why not? You open the chest and you get, I don't know, bombs. Kokiri sword's somewhere else. That's kind of the premise. And you're right in that could, in theory, you start at the game and instead of getting the sword, you get frozen. Yeah, I mean, did that happen to you, Toxin? I bet that happened. I can see it. It would happen to Toxin. But the entire item pool of the game has been shuffled around. Now, you're right in that like in theory might make something unbeatable, but just as there is logic for this very game that I'm playing right now, in that the puzzle hints have to always lead to a solvable puzzle, there's logic in the randomizer to make it so that items cannot be placed behind in locations in which, you know, the item that you need to get there is behind it. So for instance, you'll never get the you'll never get like King Zora's letter inside of Jabu Jabu's belly. Glitches or exploits. So you can set that because people are very smart and have like figured and like you can set the level of insanity that you want it to be. So by default it doesn't, but you can in the settings of the randomizer say, well, yes, I would like to be able to do X speedrunning trick or glitch in order to it won't force it, but it'll unlock that as a portion of the logic. So by default, no, but you can set it to be that way. Got it. I have a friend who loves that kind of stuff with OT. Told me about the Uber challenge. What's the Uber challenge? Please tell. You can set flags, like say at the start of the game, the force is open and you don't need to do Deku first. That would look logic. Place the sword and shield outside of Kokiri. Yeah, that's another thing. It's very granular. Yeah, a lot of story flags can just be set at the start, but you can set Kokiri is closed, then you're most likely getting both if you can't leave Kokiri. Yeah, if you're not allowed, yeah, basically that's basically what Toxin says. Unless you find the Ocarina Bombs song, like the seeds are gonna be completable, regardless of what settings you set. Now you can make it harder for yourself. Yeah, Uber challenge link, please. Actually, I don't know if you can link in chat, but you can DM it to me, and I can drop it in chat. That's something that can happen. Just searching into the first link. Okay, there you go. Yeah. So, oops. One of the other most heard of randomizers is Super Metroid, because the Metroid games are, even without the proper items, there's generally a way originally built into the game because of low percent being intended. Yes, sequence breaks intended by the developers lead to that sort of thing. And it's just kind of built into the DNA of Metroid at this point, which is why you'll see basically every Metroid game getting randomizer. I mean, at this point, every Zelda game gets a randomizer too. Zero Mission, I mean, if you like to play Zero Mission, there's a randomizer for it. You could give it a shot. I haven't done that one actually myself yet, so there's that. I've only done Super Metroid Link to the Past. What have I done here? That's what I've done. You did a low percentage hard run? Yeah, you've done stuff I only 100% the games. Yeah. Zero Mission, yeah, nice. Monorail, okay, yeah, I see it. I sees it. But yeah, the most interesting randomizer probably out there is the combo Super Metroid Link to the Past randomizer. It's insane how that just happened to work out. As Toxin said. Because how does that, logically, how does that even work, right? Yeah, basically they put, so basically items can be in either game. But the very first playthrough I ever did of the game, right where the morph ball is supposed to be in Super Metroid, I found the silver arrows. Assume you can't use air. Yeah, no, you can't use them in Metroid, but they are unlocked in Zelda if you find them. So that's what that actually leads into what I was gonna originally get at with Ori, is that Ori's a bit weird for randomizers in that it's got some stuff going on. In that game flags are in the item pool. Ridley dislikes smoke. Hey, I understand that reference. Nice. Candy dispenser. Oh, I see it with the turning crank at the front. Yeah. All right, I see it. Nice. Okay, so getting item triggers events in Ori and messes with progression. Messes with? I don't know about messes with, but for instance, in the seed I was playing, one of the items I got was clean water. So all of the pools of water were then accessible from then on. Yeah, that one's a bit well, I imagine the other Ori is as well, but I haven't gotten to that one yet. But yeah, the story flags as items in the pool is just that's something, all right. So that's why I wanted to go over the concept first before getting into that, because what? Tried playing the one life mode in the first Ori, and I'll never be able to beat that. It's insane. Yeah, fair. I died over 100 times in the randomizer, and that was not even my first playthrough of the game. So, although to be fair, maybe the randomizer might be a bit harder, because my only movement for the first hour was grenade bashing. Twilight Princess had story flags part of the rando too, but that's probably just because of how early dev it is. Was still neat. Did it? Did it have story flags in the randomizer? Or were those item flags in special chests? Because we played that, Toxin. I think it had chests that set flags but weren't randomized. Just for like a fix, like a soft lock fix, rather than like actually intended story flags. Yeah, I don't think it was story flags. I'm pretty sure those were like one of the. No, they weren't randomized. They were not randomized. Because, for instance, like one of the chests set your smell to be your saved smell to be rakefish, for instance, so that you could get to Snow Peak. And that's not randomized. It can't be. Or rather, it like wouldn't make sense to be, because you can always just fish up a rakefish. Anyway, I'm pretty sure those were all not randomized. Crazy how much OOT is played to this day. I mean, the PC port might have something to do with that. I mean, it doesn't have a whole. It's not like the sole reason whatsoever, but it's at least probably a good reason for a lot of people. Okay, maybe not 30 years. I mean, not 30, but like closer. Yeah, it's like 25. What was that, 98? So 24 years? Also helps with how short it is compared to the others if you know the game. Yeah, we were just talking about that, weren't we, Toxin? It is on the shorter side, which helps with replayability. Shirt pocket. Yep. There we go. Pokemon Entrance Randomizer 2? Yeah, that's another one we played. I actually think I remember reading about a randomizer with Metroid Prime. Yeah, Randovania. It's got Prime 1 and 2? And spoiler alert, Dread. It's an experimental stage right now, but Dread Randomizer exists and has some bugs still. I tried it once. It deleted my various. Wouldn't you have to have a hacked Switch? Not if you emulate it. Newer ones can't be hacked, right? Yeah, correct. I believe that is true. And I could hack my Switch, but I chose not to do that. Muffin. Yeah, muffin. Yeah, either a hacked Switch or just emulate it for that. Crazy that they have a working emulator for a current system. It's not that crazy, at least for Nintendo, because I remember back in 2003, somewhere between 2003 and 2005, GBA emulator already existed. I remember messing around with that. Now, that's a little bit of a different story, I think, given the power of the GBA. But that might be also why it works for the Switch, is because the Switch isn't that powerful. It might also have to do with popularity, right? The more popular a system is, the more people are going to want to emulate it. And the GBA certainly was popular. So that might factor in as well. But the crazy thing to me, love me some GBA, yeah. GBA's, I got some fond memories with the GBA. But the crazy thing to me is that the Steam Deck can run a Switch emulator. That's the crazy thing to me. So I could, in theory, run Metroid Dread on my Steam Deck. My first emulator is EPSXE, which had to be around 2001 or 2002, one of the first programs you used on XP. Oh, wow. I actually never... Yeah, I was definitely not a PlayStation kid growing up, because I would not have bothered with that. Nowadays, I'm like, yeah, load me up on those PS1 games I missed out when I was a kid. But yeah, back then, that is a shed. Borrowing a PS1 while renting FF9 from a store, and the owner asked for the PS1 back, and another friend was like, hey, I have this emulator. I don't know if it was the emulator or the game disc, but it would freeze after a Marlboro boss early in the game. Sounds like a scratched disc more than the emulator, but I couldn't say for sure. I wasn't there. This is a box. Some manner of box. up on Nintendo, but a PS1 from GameStop long after its heyday was past. I did a similar thing, but with the PS3. That's the only PlayStation system I've ever owned. Didn't know it needed a memory card, so it couldn't save my game. Oh man, I don't know anything about that, but Toxin does. I've heard that story a few times. My only game was Frogger. I remember that PlayStation Frogger. I mean, no, because I probably had a GameCube Frogger instead. Probably wasn't the same game. Was there a GameCube Frogger? What am I thinking of? But anyway, yeah, neat. Yeah. There was? Wanted that one, but never got it. Unfortunate. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it was any good, so who knows if it was unfortunate. You may have been spared. Probably wasn't amazing, but I probably would have liked it as a kid. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. But there's the Toxin story of Luigi's Mansion. Our only cut. There's the GameCube story. Fun times. Bad old days of needing to buy memory cards, for sure. I remember my first GameCube memory card corrupted. Not my first one, sorry. I probably lost that one. I bought the largest sized GameCube memory card and it corrupted a while back, like 10 years ago maybe. It sucked. Paying 20 more bucks for memory card that could hold like a single megabyte. Yeah, they were also proprietary, so it's like, what do you mean SD card? Nah, here, just, how many blocks can this one hold? What are blocks? Shut up though about don't stop asking questions. They're blocks. Yeah. Yeah, blocks. Don't think about it. Our first memory card was the Animal Crossing one that came with the game, and it was like 50 blocks. For some reason, super small compared to the smallest buyable card. We erased the Animal Crossing data to play Smash for a bit. Hey, that's a shopping cart. With the spikiest wheels. It was designed literally only to fit the Animal Crossing data and nothing more. Yeah, how dare you have a memory card and use it on other things other than Animal Crossing? No. Only Animal Crossing. Buy another card. Or only play Animal Crossing. Light gray and the regular ones were black, so that was cool. Yeah. I remember there being other weird colored ones, right? Like, was there a purple memory card as well? So, okay, so that's an interesting thing that's going on here, by the way. So I'm using the mouse now, but the controller's enabled. And it's doing this weird flashing thing with the UI. I don't know if that's intended. Does your controller drift? No. It does not. Or at the very least, it shouldn't be at the moment. I fixed it the last time that happened. It should only flash off if it's detecting controller input. I will turn the controller off and see what happens. Okay, I will turn the controller back on. Go into the settings and turn off hide mouse when using gamepad. Well, okay. So, yeah, because I'm not primarily going to be using the mouse. I'm wanting to tab out, and when I do that, I move the mouse, and so then I don't know. Maybe you should somehow not try to constantly hide the UI if the mouse is active. Oops, that's too high up. What? There we go. I'm not sure what to do about that one, but it's just flashing the UI. Even though I was, yeah, that's just me moving the mouse even though I was using the controller previously. So I don't actually want to uncheck that because it's not a common thing of me using the mouse, right? So the UI changes depending on whether or not you're using the mouse or a gamepad, and checks once a frame. It seems like it's detecting simultaneous input from both the mouse and controller. But what input would it be detecting? Because like let's see. How do I... Okay. Let me turn off this controller. And, pair a different controller. We'll use this. Do I have a USB cable for this thing? Not sure. I'd have to be able to test with my controller to find out. Yeah, fair enough. I'll try a different controller real quick. Not this one. Aha, here we go. All right, let's try this. Actually, will this even work? It probably won't work. Try a different controller, actually. Ah, here we go. It should support hot swapping. Let's try it. I got this controller here. Okay. It's doing it on this controller as well. So unless this controller is also drifting. That was a... Okay, hang on. Let's try one controller that basically has never been used, so should never be drifting. So what exactly are you doing to make it flash like that? So I just have a controller on and active, right? And I've recently used it, and then all I'm doing is moving the mouse. It is possible that both of these controllers are ever so slightly drifting, but I mean, you know. Garbage bin. Can't reproduce the issue for some reason. So what controller are you trying? Because my primary controller here is a Switch Pro controller, and then the backup controller I tried was a PS4 controller. Both are connected through Bluetooth, if that matters. I'm going to try this controller here, which is going to be a wired Switch Pro controller. Which shouldn't be drifting at all. Let's see. Haven't tried a Bluetooth controller? Yeah, I'll try this wired controller and see if it has the same issue. It should work anyway. Both my controllers are wired USB controllers. Yeah, I'll try. Oh, okay. Yeah, and it's fine here. So it must be an issue with Bluetooth controllers. So, something for you to look into. This controller is really comfortable, though. I'll have to see what you can do about that, because the flashing is definitely annoying. Yeah. It's probably got something to do with the Bluetooth, how the Bluetooth connection is. But at least I have a wired controller to verify. If I didn't, then that would have been a head scratcher. I mean, it probably still is for you, but at least we know, like, that it's probably something to do with Bluetooth now. It'll be hard to fix if you can't reproduce it even with the Bluetooth controller. Yeah, fair enough. That is a fair point you make. Do you have a third-party Switch Pro controller you can try? If it's got wireless, that's Bluetooth. So you can give that a shot. I was going to try. Where is that thing? Do I have that still? I could try my Wii U controller. Assuming I can find the adapter for it. Ah, here we go. All right, my external Wii U adapter, my Wii U controller adapter. This will be fun. Haven't used this thing in a few years. I now need a cable to charge it with. It is definitely dead. All right, controller is set up and I can go. And I think this is actually the official Nintendo charger for this thing. Interesting, I still have it. It's got that Nintendo gray. Okay, so plug you in. We're setting up a USB charger. We are now charging. Let's pair this sucker. Uh-oh. It doesn't work. Do I have to enable support? in Steam. Is that why? Hang on. Controller settings. General controller settings. Xbox configuration support, maybe? I didn't have that enabled. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Let's go. It's because I didn't have Xbox controller support. It's mimicking an Xbox controller with the adapter. Okay. Oh, this one has rumble. Ooh, wow, it supports wait. That's crazy, by the way. That's crazy, by the way. This game is actually allowing this Wii U Pro controller to use its rumble feature. So, good coding. Good coding. But anyway, this is active and now, ooh, it's doing it. So there is a Bluetooth connection, but it's to a, I guess it's over Bluetooth. So, yep, probably a wireless thing. All right, well, one last thing I could try would be Steam actually in the latest beta. I started supporting Joy-Cons now, actually. So you could give that a shot as well. You could use that to troubleshoot. And yeah, of course, why not? Why not? Why not, right? I'll spend a few minutes to check that. And we're back. Hello? Are we back? Yeah, we're back. Okay. Your switch is the light. Ah. Unfortunate. Well, there was an attempt. The Rumble working with the Wii U controller must be thanks to Steam. I didn't do any special programming for the Rumble. It just knows how to rumble. An Xbox controller and Steam's input is smart enough to translate that to rumble controller. Probably just translating it to X input. Pretty good though. Yeah, the adapter that I'm using translates it to X input. So yeah, that's likely it. So that's why I had to enable. That's also why I had to enable Xbox controller support to get that to work. So that's yeah, I guess it is a good adapter. What is it? Is it Mayflash? I can't tell anymore. There's no branding on this thing. It might be Mayflash though. Anyway, I haven't used it in years, so I'm glad it just works at least. All right, how are we looking? Okay, you know what? I think I'll do the next 3 puzzles and that'll be good for today. You better believe I'm finishing these though. It's not like Citra, at least it's not like Citra MU where disconnecting a controller accidentally when changing from D input to X input causes the entire emulator to die. Yeah, we wouldn't have any idea, we wouldn't have any experience with that now, would we, Toxin? Certainly not. Certainly never lost an entire stream due to that happening. No. Store parking lot. Okay. Like, that's an interesting perspective on it, but I see it. See it. All right. Saw your channel was recommended for mature viewers or something like that. Is that just because of some of the games you play? Just curious. Yeah, so like occasionally some more colorful language will be employed. What else? Like, I mean, we've played some games that are definitely, I mean, we've played Bayonetta on this channel, you know. Stuff like that. Some friends sometimes, yeah. And even me sometimes. It's just more of a, it's not like a constant thing, but it's there. So I figure safer to have the warning than not. Certainly this stream isn't gonna have any of that, but for instance, if we were to play, if I were to be like, yeah, you know what, let's play Styx on the channel, like that's certainly deserving of, Styx is absolutely deserving of the content warning. Yeah, I kept my pictures family friendly. Yeah, it's a good plan for this sort of thing. Like, it's a puzzle game, right? Oh, it's a bug. What kind of bug? We're gonna find out. Kingdom Hearts, on the other hand, yay. No, that's where the profanities come from. That's where the there we go. That's where the eternal suffering gets to us. Just bug. Yeah, what kind of bug is bug? Listen, what flavor is this pie? It is pie flavored. What manner of bug is this? It is bug. All right, it is bug. I appreciate that. I appreciate that it's just bug. Hey. Now, what is this? What are you? Thermostat. I see it. I see it. Is that... All right. That's a fair amount of the way through this game, I think.